Hello everyone, and welcome to another game of World of Warships. Today it's one of my replays, and I'm in the Des Moines at Tier 10 US cruiser. I'm on the map Warriors Path. It's an arms race game, Tier 11 with a sub. Yeah, unfortunately there is a sub. Now Viper is providing a smoke trail here, and I'm not going towards it because I want to be next to this island. But Viper's smoke is long enough to like cover the point where I want to be. But he's blocking vision of my approach, right? So what this means is that the enemy destroyer that might be coming towards us is unaware that I'm here. Now, we just saw the Annapolis, and the Annapolis was like 10.6 kilometers coming closer, but RPF is not pointing towards it. Which means that something is closer, and so it must kind of be in my radar range. So I pulled the radar, and there is the set. Now, of course, this set could have guessed that something is up when seeing this smoke, but since I never was spotted, this set was lured too close. And because of a combination of RPF and the Annapolis being spotted, I knew it was there. So now it's just basically screwed. There is some fish incoming, but I should be able to dodge that. There we go. And I still can shoot this set. I was just thinking, oh shit, there is a sub. So I was just thinking the set is behind an island safe, but it was. I mean, it wouldn't have been safe from my teammates, so it was going down anyway. Now, RPF is pointing towards Annapolis still, and it looks like there is nothing in this area, right? Because the set was so close, I was spotted despite the smoke screen once I shot. But there is nothing visible here, so if a battleship was on this flank, we would know it. So what this means is there might be an opportunity for me to actually go in there and take this camp. If I'm sandwiched between those islands, I should be relatively safe, unless they push like really hard on this flank. Now usually going in there is where the danger is, right? If they had battleships here, they would shoot me while I perform this maneuver. But we've established there is nothing here yet. The enemy could move into position, like the Bourgogne is, but it's too late. So I can just sneak in here. Now I'm detected by the sub, obviously. Well, I briefly was. There is a buff spawning here towards my left, but I'm going to ignore that. Viper is gonna grab that. Meanwhile, I'll just go straight for the heal and for the safety of the area here. I need that safety because the sub's gonna keep spotting me, and the Bourgogne is moving in a position where it's gonna be trouble. Meanwhile, I have a Puerto Rico that I'm now flanking that is broadside, and okay, never mind. Never mind. Now, we do have some ships that are way too fond of the one line, unfortunately. But there we go, that sub is diving. So unfortunately, the camera betrayed me, right? I wasn't quite zoomed in when I went to... Like, switching between... depth charges and your guns is always a bit problematic because somehow it can, when you're unlucky, mess up your zoom levels. And that's what happened here. So the Gato escaped without getting a hit, it looks like. As if it wasn't bad enough to fight submarines, Wargaming has just to put incompetence of even implementing simple things like aiming of depth charges. They even fucked that up. Anyway. We can see the oil spills, so now I'm going to target them. And I'm getting raided by the Annapolis. Now overall, we are both equal on ships, like both teams, but our team has a lot more buffs. Which gives us an advantage. I do got one splash damage into the sub. There we can see the oil. I presume it's gonna turn out and try to run away here, so we're gonna add some more depth charges. And I'm going to use my own radar. It's gonna show us the Annapolis. Not much else, but the Annapolis might just be a juicy target. I wanted to know how close it was and what it was doing. I'm not sure if anyone truly has shots. Because, like, the battleships behind me won't because of the island, and on the other side, maybe the Montana. I mean, if the Montana can blab it, that would be pretty neat. Also, I wanted to discourage the Annapolis from trying to get our buff. The enemy doesn't have a lot of them, they don't have a heal yet, So if we can stop them from getting one, that's nice. Also, the sub has been taken out by now, which is also pretty good news. So let's see if we can't stop this Annapolis from escaping. Now there is a Venezia here that Montana could still help. The Montana, I think, is reversing into the buff. That would be good news. Our Alsace and Salem are still trying to be as useless as possible. Our sub is probably getting farmed there, but not a great loss. So, despite our massive advantage of buffs, the enemy is still keeping up with ships, which, you know, is sad in its own way. It means our ships with more hit points, more reload, more damage, and a passive heal still can barely keep up with the enemy. Oh well, just a regular day of warships. Meanwhile, it looks like my team is more focused. Well, there are some secondaries flying towards Annapolis at least. But it looks like my team is more focusing the Kearsarge instead of the Raider that I feel like should be a priority target. So, I guess they're doing some good work on the Kearsarge. I suppose the enemy battleship is very invested in showing broadside, so maybe that makes it a juicier target, but I'd still feel it would be nice if we could stop this Annapolis from escaping. It's getting really low, maybe I can get another fire. I can get another fire. Unfortunately, it had a damaged con. It looks like those torps missed. Now, if I could get a follow-up fire, that would be beautiful. But it's very far away, and I think it has stopped shooting, so yeah, it's just gonna go into concealment, and it's gonna survive. Meanwhile, my team didn't care in the first place anyway, so now I'm gonna take the Kearsarge from them.
The scales tip in our favor.
Oh well. Now, we are camping, which is good because, you see, ship-wise, we are now actually a ship behind, despite the enemy having no real buffs. Our team is still managing to lose more ships, which is, as I've said before, rather impressive. So this is where I've decided, you know what, I could just sit here and camp, and my first theory was I can also then grab the heal that's behind me by just reversing a little bit in there. But there is something that I didn't realize. And I have to admit, I wasn't aware of this fact. I'm not sure if this is new or I've never noticed, but the cap is shrinking. Right? So I've been playing this game since beta. Obviously that mode hasn't been in there all this time. But I've never realized that the center cap is shrinking. You can see the things here moving slowly in, and I didn't notice. I was here, yeah, I'll just sit here, and by the time I realized that they were actually moving, it was too late. Because I was watching this camp, right? I was like, hey, I'm just sitting in here, we are camping. I have to reverse towards that hill, and then at some point I was like, wait, where did the objective go? And you are now all welcome to laugh at my incompetence, because this is sort of embarrassing, but yeah, you know, I'm just that blind sometimes. Like, how could I not notice that the cap is shrinking and, like, in hindsight, it feels so obvious, but I was just that big of an idiot. The good news is, it didn't harm us that much, because, you know, we had other ships that camping. If I was the only one having camp progress, I would have to, I don't know. It would have been much more embarrassing, I guess. But it only cost us a little bit of time. Now, the enemy Iwami is actually moving towards the objective. Maybe he has actually realized how this game mode is played. I doubt it. It's probably just an accident. Now, once again, I've realized that my RPF is pointing somewhere else, so I'm gonna Raider, and I found the black. Unfortunately, I won't be able to really shoot it from behind the island, and I don't fancy pushing forward into all the waiting guns. The only thing we need to do, actually, is, like, make it go away. Like, you get points so quickly. Once you have the center, this game was over, right? It's like you get 300 points per minute. it's really dead quickly. All of those ships never had a chance to stop. Once we basically got the center, it was over. Because this is how this game mode works. And the enemy is going to lose this battle with basically half their fleet still remaining. Well, almost half their fleet. Because they still haven't figured out in all this time. So I didn't figure out that they camp shrinks, but at least I know how an objective works.
Stand victorious.
Well, I guess I actually learned a lesson. I highly doubt the enemy learned anything. But yeah, there we go. Hope you guys enjoyed this. And I'll see you next time.